Hello and welcome to the January 2023 Restricted Masters class at Go-Kart Club of Victoria. So in this race, this is Heat 2 actually. Heat 1 I had issues with the engine, but also in qualifying it was slightly damp and I tried to put the wets on, and unfortunately my wets completely died after 3 laps. So here I am at the back of the grid, and you can see also John Pringle ahead of me in 13th. So we both didn't do really well in qualifying. But anyway, this is the start of Heat 2. We've changed the spark plug, so hopefully the engine in this heat is going to run properly. Okay, so here's the start. Oh, there was a big issue there, and I had to get off the accelerator and onto the accelerator again after stopping. And you can see I'm just taking it really carefully here. I didn't know where to go, and there you go. Something's gone on the right-hand side, and I was kind of following John through. Okay, just looking at the start here again, you can see John goes to the inside, then brakes because everyone else has stopped, so I slam on the brakes, and then everyone gets started again. The Rotex does tend to be a little bit slower when it's really halted like that, so I'm kind of trying to play catch up here, and you can just see there's a lot of stuff going on. I'm trying to keep to the inside, but realising John's blocking it, so I try to go around the outside, and then you can see, oh, there's no luck there, because there's 5 of them, I think, all together, and then you can see them in the rear. They're all still stuck together, eventually getting away. Okay, just looking at the slow-mo here, you can kind of see that it's number 10, Russell Sheehan, who's kind of like somehow got crossed up onto the guy with the white helmet. And then there's Tony Cirillo, number 76, who's kind of blocked in at the back. And then on the right-hand side, you can see he's got his wheel up in the air, and that's Dan Spiritana. So they've all kind of got crossed up and wedged together, and literally the four of them got slid off as a pack. So basically John and I are just kind of escaping down the inside, and there wasn't really a lot I could do here, just basically just following through. So yeah, really just trying to go really sensitive through here. And what I was noticing in this section is that for some reason, I'm not sure why, my engine was just blipping. I think we had an issue with the jet because it was really slow through that corner. And you can see John's getting ahead of me here. Just trying to catch back up to the group. And I'm thinking at this stage I really want to follow John through, because I know John's pretty much one of the fastest in the field. Especially because Alan has gone into a different class now, so John's pretty much right at the front. And there you go, he's lined up 2, ends up getting 1, and I'm trying to follow through, and luckily that guy got a little bit squirrely, and I managed to squeeze past him as well. So, as you can probably tell, I think I'm taking it too sensitive at the start of races, just because of what happened last year, because I had so many races where I had incidents. I think now I'm taking it too carefully. So when it comes to passing people, I've been very, 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 very careful. So I'm just kind of following here. I could get a little bit closer, but I just had a bad run out of that last corner. So here we are, slowly catching up, but went off. So I lost a bit of speed there and got dirt on my tyres. So this has actually put me in a bad position, because here we are, John's overtaking the next person, and I'm miles back. So I really need to get a lot closer. So there we go. And I think that's Nick ahead of us. Yeah, that's Nick, right? So John's gotten past Nick. And just trying to get through here, see how we go. And you can see John's up against passing someone else through that corner, so he's done really well to just squeeze through. That's right, so he's got past, I believe that's Campbell McMillan. Okay, so here we go, so we're back in the line. Trying to get a good exit out of that last corner, and then you can just see how many people there are. Nick's gone to the inside, Campbell's ahead of me, and I'm thinking, well, just really just trying to plant my cart in a position where I'm not going to make a mistake. And there we go, John's passed another person, so I'm not sure who he's passed there, the guy with the bright green helmet, so very easy to spot. And I'm really just trying to get a really good exit out of this corner here. But again, actually, you can see Nick's getting away from me there, so didn't do the best on that exit. Campbell's trying to get past the other guy, obviously. And this corner up here is where I've done most of my passing on this weekend. But yeah, really struggling to get up there, so just right up behind Nick. You can see Nick's also trying to get past Campbell, so he pulled out. and that kind of blocks the line for me, but I wasn't close enough anyway. Just trying to let Nick know that I'm there, and this is the corner I was really struggling at. You can see they're getting away a little bit here, and I think Nick probably even had to get on the brakes there because he was right behind Campbell. Just trying to keep as close as possible. And through here, there's really not much you can do because it's just one-way traffic. And that's right, Nick went a little bit wide there. He did me a huge favour because he kind of just he spoke to me afterwards and said that he made a mistake on that corner. And here we go, we've got Campbell getting really close to the guy in the green helmet. And that's what I fear, right? You don't want to outbrake yourself, and he's run into the back of him. So that's Timothy Evans, who was hit up the back there by Campbell and lost his momentum, so that was very fortunate for me. So now I've got a bit of clear air. But I was very fortunate, I think, to get through there because it was basically a couple of people hitting each other and a mistake by Nick at that second last corner. And I'm just trying to see who's in front of me here and see if I can close up on them. And the good thing about this session, obviously, is that I've finally got a rear camera attached so I can see what's happening behind me. And so you can see they're still fighting there at the back. Just going flat out through that last corner. Very rarely lift there now, just really trying to go as flat as possible. And also I've been really thinking after this meeting about my braking into the first corner, because as you'll see in the heat later, I really struggled to overtake at that last corner. And I think it's just a confidence issue. I seem to be okay in the last corner. If I can stick my nose in, I feel a lot more confident to overtake, but I'm really struggling at that first corner. So here we are, I'm catching somebody here, I'm not sure who it is, but as soon as I find the number I'll figure out who it is. So yeah, obviously because I qualified at the back, now that I've got a bit of clean air, it's good to actually be able to make a little bit of progress, but I have to agree that I was very lucky in this heat because there was quite a few incidents, and I can't even see John ahead of me, but John's gone right through the field. So yeah, really struggling out of that corner there a little bit. But yeah, this corner here I'm quite good on the brakes, I think, so gaining up a little bit of time there. And I can see ahead of this guy, I think it's actually Andrew Draffin. So he's actually keeping pace, I noticed in the replay. He's actually keeping pace with me. So I think if I could get past this guy, I probably wouldn't be able to catch Andrew Draffin that fast. But this, unfortunately, is the last lap, and there's a checkered flag, so I didn't quite get past this guy. I got as close as I could, but he gave me a little bit of a wave. It's 18. So that's David Wood that I was catching there. So yeah, interesting race. So I was very fortunate there to be able to get through, and I think I eventually finished 6th out of 15 or 13, I think it was, starting at the back. So that wasn't too bad, but we'll see how we go in the other heats.